Yo, what's up? I'm back with 5QS Fifth Quarter Sports. We have another episode for y'all. Special NBA Finals post game one episode. We got me, Ed. Jeff is there. We got Vic, and we also got Hez. I would say he's a special guest, but he's always here. He's our editor, so shout out to him. Thank you for everything you've done. And I'm glad to finally show your face here on the screen. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, feeling great, man. Happy to be here, bro.
All right, man. Let's get straight to it. So, NBA Finals just concluded game one yesterday. We did miss a little bit of the conference finals, so we'll get into that a little bit. So, as for the Knicks, they recently fired their coach Tibbs. How do you guys feel about that?
It's it's the right move and the wrong move at the same time. You can't
Mm,
have a coach. So here's the thing. I don't know if y'all know that one meme where it's like the Russell Westbrook cycle, where it's like you start off bad, he start heating up,
yeah.
this is the best player you ever seen. You get to the playoffs and you wonder what the heck just happened. Tibbs got a
Yeah.
cycle going on too. He come to a bad team. He made diamonds out of garbage. Not garbage, respectfully, but diamonds out of garbage. Turn the team around. Everyone start puffing their
Mm,
chest out. Everyone feeling good. Now they're used to the playoffs, they're used to the success. And it's like, all right, let's get over the hump. And you never get there. And
mm,
then you fizzle out and then he gets fired. He's been in what? Knicks happened, same thing
yeah.
there. Before that
Uh,
was Toronto happened there. He was in Chicago, it happened there.
yeah, the
Not Toronto,
Bulls.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Um, every team he's been on since he's been the head coach, that's just kind of been the way. His offenses don't really do nothing. Respectfully, defense is always going to be there,
Yeah.
but the offenses don't do
Yeah.
nothing. That's my
Don't make
guy for sure.
Yeah.
adjustments.
Culture changer,
Don't make
culture setter. He
adjustments.
like he like White Doc Rivers.
So
Facts.
Doc Rivers a culture changer.
Yeah. Look at the Clippers before Doc Rivers got there. There was Unchi. He gets there, turn the team. Now he can't win, but he changed the culture. We go from a losing culture to a good culture. We just not a chip culture, and that's okay.
So,
Everyone's not built for
but
that.
the white, I don't know about
So
that.
I
I
wasn't just
wouldn't
ready for the
say.
take. I was ready to speak, and I heard White Dog and I had to follow.
I would
I
have.
love the
I
take
mean,
though.
nah. I mean,
I
Doc
love
Rivers
the
at least
take.
got a chip on his belt, though.
Hey, and you know who was his defensive coordinator? Tom Thibodeaux.
I
And
like
you
it.
know
Yeah,
what's funny about that too? The Knicks aren't gonna get past the hump. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think. I think Tibbs was actually that's the problem with this. Like Tibbs, I think is still the guy, but because he made no adjustments, like all playoffs, I can see why the front office is like kind of like, bro, enough is enough. Because we didn't bring you here to just run our guys to the ground. Like, we brought you here to get us over the edge. And it's just hard, bro. I just think it's hard to win a title. And it's not, for me, I didn't like the move, but I wasn't surprised. That's the problem. I wasn't surprised because it's like he made
yeah.
no adjustments the entire ECA. He made really no offensive adjustments. That even someone like me that's a casual that I could see, it all looked like he was just calling the same offensive plays, letting them boys freelance, letting them boys do what they do.
Let
And
JB hold the ball, hold
you know what
position.
I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Whoever offense do, Brunson. But I just don't know, like, where the Knicks. Where do y'all go from here? Like, like what is the answer for like the head
Mike
coaching
Malone on the
position?
market.
But it's like, does Mike Malone get us over the hump that Tibbs couldn't? I don't know. I don't know.
I
I don't
I
know.
literally seen a
He
take
got a
that was
chip on him.
like that said he has just like an old way of coaching, and they might want to bring aboard like a younger staff, like somebody that can kind of bring like fresh ideas and things like that. I thought that was interesting. I didn't think he deserved to be fired though, but especially
I
with
mean,
a
but
team
like,
that good.
look at Rick Carlisle. He's still kind of an old style coach, and he in the finals right now. So I
Rick
don't think
Carlisle
it's
different,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick is like royalty, low key. Yeah, you can't even.
He like
man,
Yeah.
I don't know where the
Thibs could
NBA
be
Hall of
that
Fame
though.
is.
Like he had the potential to be that.
He
Like the way he
like
turned those teams.
borderline.
You
He's
say
He's
he
not a
borderline.
he's
borderline?
not he's not a
He
bad coach. It's
nah.
just man, winning a title. If this year showed me anything, winning a title or at least getting into the position to win yourself a title in the NBA is very, very difficult. Like it's a lot more of a team effort than people give it credit for. And I think that's why Indiana is where they're at now. You can see the entire organization is bought in. And I just don't know if the Knicks really have that kind of program, man. I don't, that's not like Knicks culture. I just, like they're not known for like winning in the modern day. So I don't know what a coach is gonna bring to this team. Because if anything, if this team was good enough, Tibbs would have got him. That's, that's just how I see it. That's just how, if this team was good enough, Tibbs would have got him there, bro. So if Tibbs
True. I
can't win, and I
mean,
think Tibbs is a great coach, I don't know who can, bro. But it sucks
also add
because I
on
understand
this.
why the Knicks made that decision because we didn't have enough uh, variety on offense at all. It was literally the same offense every single night, and I can see the frustration for sure. But I don't know
Yeah,
what this organization is gonna do now.
yeah. I was also gonna say that even when that trade first happened for like Mikal and Cat, even like before the season started, nobody even had the Knicks to even go this far. So I feel like just like being at the position to where y'all was at the ECF, I can see why like the
Facts.
firing happened, but it's also like you're being a little bit bold because it's like y'all wasn't
But
even
this is the
projected
same
to be
year
here.
where we saw head coaches get fired before the season ended. So I think NBA owners are not NBA owners and GMs are starting to look at guys like, hey man, we got you here for a reason. If you can't produce, you gotta go, bro. Because I think once the Knicks started having finals aspirations towards past All Star weekend, and they started thinking like, okay, we're actually a good enough team to contend for a chip. I think front office was also like, yeah, we're finals ready, but if we know anything about basketball, it doesn't matter how finals ready, how top to bottom the roster is can y'all play? Is y'all gonna be ready to play? And can y'all stay healthy? So the Knicks, it's been a really good year for the Knicks. Like it's not like it's anything
Yeah,
like they should not be like happy for. Like this is a really good year for the Knicks, but I just don't know where you move after this. Like, do you go ahead and say screw it, let's go get KD, a new head coach, let's just
that's what
go.
I was gonna say. Like, do you
New
think
York, New
there's any
York. Like, do we
like
do that? Do we
roster
continue to build
changes?
around Cat? Like, what? I don't know. It's a very this offseason for New York is going to be extremely pivotal for their next 2 to 3 years for sure. Because firing a head coach like this is one of those moves where it's like it's either going to backfire or it's going to be something that you can look back and be like, this was the catalyst for us to go get a ring. So,
I mean, bro.
Mm,
Hey, before you rock out, before you switch to roster changes, because they was talking about the culture, bro. They was talking about James Dolan holding the team back. Owner holding the team back is nothing new, bro. We seen the Bengals do it. We seen Phoenix do it right now. It's happening. Where like this is a side tangent. If I had a son, he's not going to be allowed to pick a favorite team until he's like 8, and he's going to have to study each owner. And you study the owner, tell me this is a good owner or bad owner. You only choose a team of good owner. You want to be a team of a bad owner? Go ahead, have fun. You want to be a Falcons fan? Have at it, bro. I won't stop you. But
so you.
you got to be able to look at that, and I want you to look me in my eye, tell me he's made good decisions as an owner, and say I want to be a fan of this franchise. Because, bro, you saying culture?
Willingly
What
being a Falcons fan is
like
comedy.
how? Because even then, that's why I'm like, when I was saying earlier, he's like, Tibbs is like a good B plus, A minus. He's like a good B plus coach. He's not A. When they brought him
yeah,
in, they still had Emmanuel Quickly, R.J. Barrett. They still
Yeah,
had old
facts.
Mitchell Robert or young Mitchell Robinson. Who else? That was before iHeart was like iHeart, OKC guy right now. That's when he was still, hopping teams, chip to chip.
yeah.
Where it was you hire Tibbs when I just need a coach in the room that can just settle all this noise down. Like who'd be a great Tibbs coach right now? Washington. Wizards cold call Tibbs right now?
Mm,
Maybe like 2 years.
Mm,
2 years from now, we're gonna see Alex Sarr, All Star.
that's
Bub
tough. Yeah.
Carrington, close All Star, but it still look nice. Jordan Poole might be an All Star that year. It's gonna be a level of maturity in the room. It's gonna be fly, but it
yeah,
just get unchy. But because then Vic was talking about coaching, like who you hire next. Someone pointed this out. I thought it was killer. They said, "Hey, the Nuggets fired Mike Malone. You ain't see no one pout. You ain't see Jokic like, oh, bro, they fired my guy. Everyone's kind of just like, all right,
yeah.
check ball. You're not tripping. Went to the second round, went game 7 with potential
With
champions
an assistant coach, yeah,
with an
facts.
assistant coach where it's
Yeah.
like
Shoot. And if
that
Aaron
might be
Gordon
the
don't
lay of
get
the
hurt,
land.
man, I don't know. Yeah, look grease, look grease.
Just go
Grease if
young,
Aaron
go with
Gordon
a
don't
new
get hurt, man.
coach.
I don't know. It look grease.
Telling you, like it's like NFL's a copycat league, but I think all leagues copycat. Where you looking, I'm sure like 1/3 of the league got coaches under the age of 40. They
Mm.
just hired Suns coach. He was assistant coach for the was it the Cavs, I think. He's like
Oh, I
Yeah.
know what you're
30,
talking about. Yeah.
36. Jordan
Yeah,
He's
I know
like
who you're talking about. Yeah,
36.
yeah,
Joe Mazzulla like 34. He may he may a little bit older, but he's still like 40, like
Yeah, he
early
like 40 or
40s.
yeah, 40 or
You know,
41, something like
you
that.
know, it might be your early coach wave. That might be, because same thing happened in NFL too. That might be the wave that's going on right now. Get you a young coach, develop offensive
and he can
guru,
build with
get
them
you some good
guys.
offensive, defensive
Hmm.
coordinators. You'll be straight. But
And I
In the
feel
last
like
6 years too, my
in
bad. In the last
in
6 years too, we've seen a different NBA champion. Does anyone know the average age of the coach for like all of the last 6 years of NBA champions?
I
Because that would be
mean,
a good. I would like to know. We might have to get that in for
off the dome,
something in the
bro. I
future.
mean, Missoula's like
uh,
34. Before that was Denver. Malone a little bit age,
Malone,
so he get a
Age like
pass.
60.
Before
Steve
that was
Kerr.
you got Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr a little bit old. He like 50s, I think. You got
So okay,
The Bucks.
Budenholzer,
Yeah.
but that's
okay.
different
So
because
it's
those
like
teams'
two,
rosters
yeah,
are
Yeah.
two.
different too.
Yeah,
Like when you
okay.
have a
I
Giannis,
feel
a
you.
Steph, a
Feel you.
Jokic, that coach age don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that new era of young coaches really just starting. Like, if we
Yeah, okay.
going
It's
from
something that's
like
just yeah.
last year,
Okay.
like
Yeah, they're
yeah,
typically
Joe's
older.
34. Now we got OKC's coach is pretty young too. So I feel like that wave is just starting to come in.
It's just now. Okay, it's just now
Yeah.
kicking off. Okay,
I
for
got the
sure.
list right now in front of me. So last year was Joe, of course, 35. But then the Nuggets had his coach, and it was 52. Golden State, Steve Kerr, 56. Milwaukee Bucks, 51. They're still pretty old. Los
So they're
Angeles
still old.
Yeah.
Lakers, 47.
Okay,
Toronto
so
Raptors,
the youth
51.
movement with coach just started. So that
Hmm
kind of fits if that's where they want to go and go a little younger and just have I can see that. That actually makes a lot more sense. If the last two rings are evident, I think yeah, that's interesting. Okay. I just
I
want
mean,
okay, that's interesting.
but they're saying
Yeah,
right
we
now,
still.
my fault. They're saying right now they're interested in J Kidd. They're gonna pry him away from Dallas. They're interested
Mm,
in Luke Walton and they're interested in Mike
I
Brown.
seen that.
Where I'm like, this is just told you, bro. You have a bad
You go
owner. You gonna go in circles,
swim in
bro.
that circle.
You're gonna have a
Oh
bad
no.
cycle. I get you. I get you. I get you. So
Yeah,
now moving
shoot.
on to the actual roster. Do you think the Knicks should retool their roster in the offseason, find somebody on the bench, or like go for KD or
I
Giannis?
think you
What
just
should we?
gotta give one of man, it's New York, baby. We gotta give Giannis KD a call, bro. We just got to. Whatever
For
whatever that
real.
looks like, we just got to. It doesn't even matter if it's something serious. We're New York. We just got to. We're the next man. We just got to. It would be a disservice to us as a franchise if we did not reach out to either of them. Like we should just do it. Rather it's a sign and trade kind of deal. Rather it's they're gonna release y'all and y'all gonna get here, unrestricted kind of deal. Which I don't believe is gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a sign and trade for sure. It's gonna be a matter of is New York really serious about a ring? I don't know. I really like if this playoff run showed me anything for New York is that the boys is talented, but I don't know if the lights may be too bright for them as like a team. I think individually they have their shining moments. Like Cat this year was bulldozing people pretty much. Cat was amazing this year. Brunson was MVP level as always. All the guys played crazy supporting roles. Obi was crazy this year for me. I thought Obi and Anobi stepped up his game completely. So it's like there's so many things that is going well that it's kind of scary. Like we don't want to mess it up, But I would definitely give Katie Giannis a call. I would be talking to Houston trying to get Green in here, man. I would be doing a lot of different things to improve this roster, give us a shot to really like go bang for bang with some of these big boys. Cause like now just looking at it from hindsight, it makes sense how y'all lost to the Pacers. Like honestly, it kind of does make sense how y'all lost to the Pacers in terms of not only are them boys really just outpacing y'all, but y'all didn't have anything in terms of what can we do to answer for what they got to respond to us. Because every time y'all gave them a blow, they came back with a lot of blows, and it was
I
like when
think
they
that's
came back from
a
doing that back and
testament
forth.
to the bench, in my
And I
opinion.
think that's another part too. Like, do you go? And that's what I'm saying. Do you go ahead and be like, all right, no, let's keep this roster how we got it built. Let's just go get more bench. Let's go build around these guys. Let's go build around JB. Or do you go get another superstar and trade some of that bench? It's going to be a very crazy offseason for New York. I think so, but I don't know what you do with this roster. It's up and down. Like not I shouldn't say up and down, but it could go either way. It could be something where like whatever they do this offseason gets them over the hump and now they're in the finals, or they don't do anything or they don't do enough or what they feel like is enough is actually not enough for what the league requires to be a championship team and they don't get there. But I, I'm just as curious to see what the Knicks do as the next Knicks fan. So I don't know. I don't know what the Knicks end up doing because the Tips firing leads me to believe y'all are gonna make a splash. Like when you make a firing like that, you gotta go for broke, right? That's what I would think. Like you would have to like go shoot for the stars, go get something of caliber to geek the fans up, to get everybody back in love with what we had going on this year. Because you don't want to lose the hype right now. Like Knicks basketball is at an all-time high right now in terms of like hype, commercial ability, how we can get this joint push. We don't want to lose that. We want to keep that going as much as possible. But I don't know. Because if I'm the Knicks, I'm building on this bench and telling, hey Brunson, you gonna take us there, bro. We're gonna give you all the pieces. We're gonna give you a backup. We're gonna give you everything, bro. But I don't know.
Who would you like in this Giannis or like KD deal? Who would you be willing to part ways with if you were the Knicks to make
You
that
know
type of
what's
deal?
crazy? People don't like this, but shoot, I, I know Phoenix is gonna want a lot. That's the problem.
Mm.
Phoenix just doesn't have anything, so they're gonna want
They said
something.
they lowered they asking price for him actually. Yeah, I saw a report on that the other day. It was like they
I
lowered
don't
their
believe that.
asking price for
Yup.
like
Not
Check
KD.
that
possible.
bank
No,
They're
account.
trying.
You know
Yeah,
what's
they're
funny?
trying to
not
get him
possible.
out of there before
No,
the NBA draft.
Give them
no.
boys Mikal Bridges.
I was gonna say I can see Miguel
Getting them
going
boys
up and getting
Mikal.
Mikhail
nasty,
for KD straight.
which is just so
I
nasty. But I
mean,
actually think people aren't gonna like this. I think Cat might be on the move. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, but that's the only logical move I can see going off for KD for this to work. Because why? What else would we give up for KD?
You know what's crazy? I literally before we started recording, I just seen an article. Suns are not interested in Cat.
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't be.
Man, what are the
It's
Suns are
okay.
but
desperate for
what do the
pieces. Like,
Suns
what
want
do we
though? Like,
what
what do
would
the
y'all
Suns
want?
want
I
back
don't
from
know
KD?
what we could do. It's going to have to be a three-way.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe a three-team trade.
A three-team trade. I hate three-team trades, but I think it's
It
probably
makes it
going
way
to have
more
to be that
complicated.
for the money for sure. One for the money. For the money, yes, I think it actually will. Financially, probably have to be a three-team trade to get KD off the books. I think so. And then
Mm.
two, what do y'all want for KD? Like, like if y'all are lowering his asking price, what are y'all getting for him in return? Like
I
that's
don't
kind
know
of
at this
crazy. I can't
point.
believe that. If y'all are lowering y'all asking price, y'all are desperate as hell.
they
And if
are.
y'all are that desperate, then Devin Booker, you need to be out of there too, big boy, because you're gonna run. If y'all are that desperate, Dev, you gotta leave this to Brad Beal. Let him figure this out. You gotta go, bro. I'm
Nah, because they
serious.
said they don't
If
want
they are
Beal
this
either.
desperate, because if they're this
Yeah,
desperate,
nobody
bro,
wants that
it's
contract.
sinking ship. I mean, no trade clause plus that. What are you
Yeah,
getting? 250? No,
he getting
no.
some money,
And
man.
he can't stay
But
healthy.
speaking of the KD trade, I feel like that's a great segue into the other team that lost in the Western Conference, the Timberwolves. What moves do you
Mm.
guys think they should make in the offseason? You think they should go for KD?
Nas
I would
Reed,
say
thank you
no.
for everything you've done for the city of I said Milwaukee, but for the city of Minnesota or for the state of Minnesota, Minneapolis, whatever you want to call it. It's time to go. Pack your bags, bro.
I,
Pack your goddamn bags. It's time to be a goddamn buck, boy. It's time to be
Wait,
a
who you
buck.
talking about?
I'm talking about Nas Reed. It's time to be a buck.
Oh, Nas
Yeah,
Reed.
Nas Reed. It's time to be
walk
a
away
buck.
from
Yeah, I think
Nas.
that's how you make that work. Yeah. We gotta send Nas Reed to some picks. Get Giannis in the room. I think Giannis
Oh,
is
Ooh, so Giannis, not KD.
not KD. Yes, get Giannis in that room. That's a proven winner. He's shown he could do it by himself. He's shown he could do it with a roster. He's shown he could do it when everybody is focusing on him. I think it's too much for NBA defenses to have to focus on Giannis and Rudy. Like, God have mercy, that's too much defense.
I feel like
I
that would
don't
take
think,
the ball away from Ant though.
but Ant can play. That's fine. Like, Ant doesn't need to be OD. And honestly, I don't even believe that. Honestly, because
I
I
mean,
would like to see more of Giannis playing. I actually would like to see Giannis not be so ball dominant. I think Ant's a ball dominant kind of ball player that maybe because we haven't seen it, I think Giannis can do it just because he's just is an athletic freak. So I don't think he can't not play off ball. But it would be interesting to
Yeah.
see if they end up playing him on ball and playing Ant off ball because Ant off ball is a terrorizer. He terrorized people off ball. So I don't think it would be any difference to them. But I think Nasri would have to go. McDaniels may have to be on the move. I think you got to give up a little bit to get this one done. But I would tell, hey, Nas Reed, Jay McDaniels, thank you so much for everything you've done for the Wolves, man. Y'all are Wolves till y'all die. But Giannis is
Nah,
still a boss.
I
So
literally,
I think that's if I'm
I
the Wolves,
prefer
we gotta get over the
KD.
hump. We gotta get over the hump, man. Yeah. Because we got everything we need in terms of the pieces. We got everything we need in terms of like what what we offer to a championship is the mentality, is the marketability. They have all like the small things figured out. I think it's really just they need the experience, gang. I don't even think it's anything. They've been in a couple big time moments, WCF last year. This year they made it to WCF again. So it's like they've been in big time moments, but I don't think they actually know what that feels like to get that. I think getting someone like Giannis in, who has been through that tank, who understands what it takes to be a champion, I think will change their mentality on how they approach winning when it comes playoff time. They're gonna be way more decisive. I think that was a big thing I noticed. This Wolves team was just not decisive at some points. Like you would see them not hesitating, but it's like pull that. Like you know what I'm saying? Don't pass it off. They were a little bit. I guess hesitant is just the best way I can describe it. I don't want to say hesitant because they was blowing, but there's some plays you look back at and you're like, damn, if y'all could have that back if y'all would have probably just pulled that more. If y'all would have either not even pulled that more, just been a little bit more aggressive, more decisive with your decision making. A lot of the time, the Wolves were losing these games, and it wasn't like, nah, they was getting outplayed, but it wasn't like they was getting outplayed 100%. But it wasn't like they was skill wise they wasn't at the same level. I think they really just got outplayed. And I think it just comes from they didn't have that experience, nor I don't think they really wanted it enough. But I say that to say, not like the Thunder had that much experience either. So I think you really need somebody that's been in that tank, man, that understands what that grind for a title looks like. KD and Giannis is both champions, but I think Giannis will bring that. He fits the mentality a little bit more for me. He fits what they kind of want to build over there. And I think just Giannis and Rudy in general is defensive horror. I think anyone wants to deal with that. So that's what I would personally
Getting
think that would
Giannis,
be
you
what
might
I
as
would
well get
go.
rid of Rudy. Honestly,
yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, you might as well get rid of Rudy if you get
shit, I think
Giannis
McDaniels, Reed, there's going to be a lot of
and
movement to get
Jr.
Giannis or
Honestly, because it's
KD.
like I don't even think like Julius Randle and Giannis would even fit in the team. You would have to let go of him.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Julius Randle has shown he can evolve his game. Don't do that. He's a ball. Don't do that. Don't ever
Giannis
do
playing the
that.
Man,
five.
he's a bully. He's a bully
He's
ball
shown he
player
can
though.
Wow,
he's
Giannis on
shown
the
he can
five.
change his
Ooh.
game though, bruh. I'm not gonna lie, because he wasn't even this kind of player 3 years ago, bruh. So he's shown he can develop his game. So nah. He's a versatile piece. If anything, Julius Randle has shown y'all that he can do it all if need be. If called on, he can be the guy. So in a role where he don't gotta be the guy, oh nah, bro, you can do it. Yeah, bro.
He had like
We could
6 points in the last
well,
game, right?
bro, them boys got pummeled. Them boys got
He said,
pummeled.
Bro,
he
Bro,
said
them
when you
boys got
need him, I'm
pummeled.
like, damn, they definitely needed him.
literally.
But at the same time, I mean, they're not. I mean, this is where they're not necessarily needing him to be their primary scorer. It just helps when you got a guy like that that can put up 23 and he's not your primary scorer. It just helps. It just makes it
I get
makes
what
it a
you
lot more
saying.
sweeter. So, but I would like
I just
Giannis
feel like
again. Nas Reed is probably going to be on the chopping block. McDaniels is probably going to go. Y'all said Rudy. It's going to be a lot of movements. This team is not going to be the same if they have to go get KD or Giannis, regardless. But
I actually
if
feel
I was the
like
Wolves,
they
I gotta
can
cross the line.
retain. I feel like they can retain a lot more if they get in KD because I feel like KD would be the cheaper option.
They don't got no
Especially since
picks.
the
They
Suns
can't
are
trade for
going now.
Giannis.
Mm-mm.
But the Bucks don't have no picks either.
Yeah, so we trading our best player and getting Nas
What?
Reed. I love Nas Reed, but
The-
I'm trading Giannis and getting Nas
But
Reed.
what the Wolves don't got picks. The Wolves don't got picks.
Nah, they traded off for
Mm-mm.
Rudy.
Oh.
That was crazy. But my thing
Yeah,
with the Wolves
hindsight is
is,
crazy. Wow.
I would do the exact opposite. Why are we kind of gunning for a championship right now? We got Ant at 23. 23 years old right now. It's going to be his league eventually. Once KD and everybody walk out the door, this is going to be an Ant SGA type of league right now. Howie, all of them. I would kind of take my time. I mean, what's the
Mm,
rush on like gunning for a championship right now? What we
mm,
doing? You
I feel
know?
like I feel like the counter to that is everybody getting better. Like you
League is
already got
clearly getting better.
The Rockets is getting better. Don't talk about the Spurs. The Spurs might
But we
mess around and get KD or Giannis for real, and then next thing you know, it's they league.
I wish they
It's
had a
so many
plan to
teams
stay
out
down
there.
like OKC did. Like OKC just built their
OKC got
young team
picks.
from the
OKC
ground
had all
up,
the
and they
picks
just
to go
waited until
for it.
their time came. I feel
But they
like
had
that's
the
a
picks
better
to
idea
go.
for the Wolves than KD. KD
The
ain't gonna get them a chip. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
but the
I
But
don't
thing
think
KD
that's
is,
ain't gonna
enough.
like
bring.
the thing is, okay, with OKC is they had all them picks. They was drafting talent year after year after year.
After
That's
year,
Wolves
they
don't
true.
wasn't
got
missing,
that.
and they was making crucial
Yeah.
trades to make sure that they talent. If they didn't like, what I love about OKC is they had a guy for a guy that was also another guy. Like when they drafted, they traded for somebody, and then they also drafted again. So they always if option A didn't work, all right, we got option B. If option B don't work, we got option C. And then after that, they was like, okay, if none of that works, we'll just trade Paul George to the Clippers and get a king's ransom for it, pretty much. So it's one of those things where. I don't necessarily, again, casual take, but I don't necessarily think that the Wolves' issue is skill. I think they're already ahead of the ball in terms of that. So even though I do agree the league is getting better, I think the Wolves have a skill set just from Ant alone that a lot of teams just don't have an answer to yet. So I think what you really need is somebody the league has honestly kind of like developed a we have a scheme for how we want to stop you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think niggas have developed a scheme for how we're gonna stop Ant yet. So, and KD's kind of in that same category where we haven't really developed. No one knows how they're gonna stop KD, but Giannis, there's a somewhat of a feasible game plan there, and I think just having that, like, okay, we know what Giannis is gonna bring, we know what Ant gonna bring, but it's a little bit unpredictable because Ant could go for 15 assists some nights and do 15 points. It could do something like that. Ant could also do 26 and 5. So I think just having that, I'm trying to think of the word, that just the ability to mix it up a little bit more. You don't like. I don't think teams would know what they would be getting every night if it's Ant, Giannis, McDaniels, hypothetically, uh, and Julius Randle coming at you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if teams really know what they're gonna do with a lot of those, because everyone is. You kind of know what they're gonna do, but in that kind of offense, who knows what they could do? They can do a lot of screen and roll stuff. They could do literally just screen and roll, and they would kill the league. They could do a lot of stuff where actually we're gonna have our big boys have their back to the basket. All our shooters play perimeter. We're gonna be cracking and dishing in, and we're gonna force out a double team, big kick out. Like they could do so much. While as with KD, you kind of know what they're gonna be doing. Boss, I ain't gonna lie. You know they're gonna be
My
blowing pistols.
my
They're
big
gonna be shooting
problem
that. They're gonna be shooting
is,
that ball. You know they're gonna be
but
shooting that
yeah,
ball.
my problem is the
You
Wolves
know it.
don't got shooters though. They
You
got Ant, and then that's really it. You expected Dante DiVincenzo to be a shooter, but like this year he hasn't been that great. Besides that, who would you say is a shooter? Julius Randle, I wouldn't count on him to be a consistent scorer from the 3 point line. There's nobody on that team that's really consistent from the line. I feel like KD, you plug him in, that's just one other option, and then that
Ant
that
led the
spreads the
league
floor
in
even more.
What didn't Ant lead the league in 3-point attempts? What I don't know. Like how
Yeah,
many?
but
Like how
like
many more threes do we need?
I mean,
Like
More.
more than one person. Yeah,
like how
literally more
many?
than one
I feel like
person.
you can. I feel like you can get that from a bench. Like you can get that from making a sneaky move in free agency. You can
What
get
bench
that
you
from
gonna get with
drafting a young
Giannis?
bull. With Giannis, we know what we getting, bro.
But like, what bench you gonna get with Giannis though? Now that you
But
have
that
Giannis, what bench you gonna
but
have?
that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be something where like the Wolves kind of gotta be are in the kind of in the same where as the Knicks, where I think they're in a little bit more of a better place because the Bulls have a little bit younger. But I say the Bulls, but the Wolves, excuse me, the Wolves are a little bit younger. But it's gonna be interesting because I don't know if like the Wolves say no, let's keep the roster how we have it and then add to it. Because like a move like DiVincenzo last year was beautiful, but it just didn't work out for whatever reason. It just didn't work out in the playoffs. He was terrible. He didn't do anything. To the point where Julius Randle was pretty much became the third option, damn near second option. So yeah, damn near the second option. Jaden McDaniels, I don't think shot that well from in the playoffs myself. So it's one of those things where I guess you can say the next best move is KD, but like we already got a high class scorer. I don't really think we need another high class scorer. We need a culture shifter, man. From the outside looking in again, from the casual perspective, I just don't see how KD like would give these boys over the hump. I'll be honest. Y'all already made the Western Conference Finals twice. KD, cool, we add him, but like if I've learned anything from KD and one of my favorite ball players is that it has a ceiling. It really does. It has a limit. I ain't gonna lie to you. It has a limit. Giannis, I think we're still growing before we get to that limit. I think we still got at least like 3 to 4 more years of like prime real deal Giannis. While as KD, I'll be honest, he's not on the decline. You can't really see it from the stats. But I think from again the casual perspective, just watching basketball, me when I was watching KD in 2017 compared to watching KD now, you can clearly see a difference. Maybe not in the
Of
actual
course.
play style, but definitely in the speed and the tenacity for the game. And I think that just comes with age. You can't really do anything about that. So I say instead of trying to compete with Father Time, let's buy ourselves some time, get someone in like Giannis. And if we can't get Giannis in, we can at least address the issue of us not having like threes. We can get that from a bench. If we don't want to trade for Giannis or KD, we can get bench players to fill that role and then really buy in to Ant, kind of in the same way Golden State bought into Steph. The even better part about it is Ant doesn't have the injury history that Steph had. So you can really buy into him because you know he's gonna be there game in, game out, he's gonna ball for you. So I don't know. But if I'm the Wolves, I got you gotta phone KD. You gotta phone Giannis. You just got to, bro. You gotta phone them boys. You gotta see what the hype about. You just have to. I think you definitely gotta see what the hype about. See what they calling for. I would even shoot if I'm the Wolves. I would even see like, hey Utah. I see y'all got Lori over there. I'd be doing a lot of different things, bro. I'd be doing a lot of different. I'd be searching. I'd be seeing what team might want to, you know what I'm saying, get rid of some assets to build us up. And we don't got to give up a lot. Like we did, they made the WCF 2 times in a row. Like that's something to be proud of, knowing Minnesota.
Minnesota
So
would
the
be cool with
future
a
is
player
bright.
like Trey Murphy or something.
That would be
They'd
even
be
cool
super
too. You feel
cold.
what I'm saying? Like it doesn't
That's real
have to
ball.
be like in the Knicks in situation they kind of gotta go for broke. They gotta go for KD or Giannis. I ain't gonna lie, cause it's a little grease. I can't lie to you. But in the Wolves' perspective, y'all can really kind of like Jeff said, y'all don't gotta necessarily like rebuild, but more or less retool, like really retool and really like build this team around Ant. Because I still don't feel like this team is really built around Ant. I think it complements him, but I don't really think it's been built around Ant. I think this year is the chance, like, hey, let's actually build a team around this kid, complement
I
all
get
his
where you're
play
coming
styles,
from.
complement everything he does well. We're gonna complement the fact that we got guys that can shoot. He can shoot three, so we're gonna have guys that can play crazy 3 and D. Like we're gonna do things to put us in a better situation, not only for now, but for Ant's future. Because I'm 90% sure Minnesota, unless they're gonna be on some Nico time, don't want to get rid of that young man. They want to keep him in Minnesota for 30 years if they can. So if that's the case, let's actually start building that foundation for it and really start attacking it as such. Because I feel like this team was kind of just like loosely constructed. Y'all were bad one year, Ant fell in y'all lap, and it's like, oh, we got no one player in the league. I mean, in the draft. Oh shoot, we can actually the future. So it's like they kind of lucked into Ant. And it's not okay, y'all have lucked into it. Now that y'all have lucked into it, let's actually start seeing y'all build around it. But I still believe you gotta phone KD, see what the Suns are asking. If they getting lowball too, shoot. See what they asking for. And then go from there. But again, I don't think it's something that they need to rush it. I don't think KD's going to be the answer for them. I think they need to really seriously focus on building around and then if we can get to a WCF 2 times in a row, no doubt we can do it one more. And I think third time's the charm. We crossed that hurdle. Now we're in the finals next year, and I think you keep that roster how it is. I don't think you make too many changes. You keep that roster how it is, and I think you can go far for sure.
For sure, for sure. All right, now moving on to the actual NBA Finals between the Pacers and the Thunder. Um, this game, we're recording this right after Game One. Any initial thoughts on Game One, you
He's
guys?
special, bro. Kid's special, bro.
Man,
The kid is really special, bro. I don't know what the league did. I don't know who pissed him off. I don't know. I
Wow,
got disconnected.
he was on a roll a little bit.
Got
But
disconnected.
honestly, I saw that stat where they didn't have the lead the whole game until that
Yeah,
very last second. That's insane, dog. I don't. They was just hawking them the whole game, and
they just
honestly, I thought them boys was cooked. Honestly, that game, I was like, game one is going to OKC,
OKC,
and
they
boy,
bro.
just
that
did
is
everything they
crazy.
could. They just did
OKC,
everything they could to stay in the game. That's really what it was.
OKC.
Like even with them 19 turnovers, like the Pacers like stayed within the game. They played good enough defense to not give up all them transition points that the Thunder usually get, and they stayed within the game. And then in the fourth quarter, you saw like Nemhard go off. Miles
Hey,
Turner hit a crazy bank three. And then next thing you know, that black magic activated, bro. That's all I gotta
Yeah,
say.
Ursay,
Man,
yeah, dog. You know,
that's
shout out
literally
my
what
boy
got
you
us to this
Ursay,
point.
that boy
man.
said
Honestly,
Shout out
them clutch
Ursay.
Ursay, man.
times,
Shout out
like
my boy Ursay, baby. You know it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. Uh-huh.
Nah,
I do.
son, because I'm watching the game. I missed the first half, but like I started tuning in third quarter. I'm like, all right, cool. Like they had how many turnovers? 17. I said they only down like 12 max. I said, okay, see, bro, what's going on? You looking a little fishy under them lights, man. What's going on? So, Pacers start chipping away. Okay, see, bucket here, foul here, whatever. Pacers playing as honest as defense as you possibly can. And I'm still like, bro, they still not Pacers is still right there. It's still looking sweet. They get to that fourth quarter. Nemhard turned into damn near Damian Lillard, bro. I swear,
He start twitching, bro. I swear
I,
he start
oh
twitching. His
my
eyes start
goodness.
twitching. He's crazy, bro.
I,
But he played with
hey,
a chip on his
bro.
shoulder. You could tell. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
they're crazy.
son, cause what's it called? Cause I know he's from Canada, so him and Shay and Lou Dort and Ben Mathurin, they all know each other. I think Shay like baited for a foul, and Nemhard was like, "Bro, I'm not jacking that." So then Shay like pushed him, and he looked at him like, "All right, bet." And then he pushed him back a little bit later. I said, "Hey, we got something cooking."
Yeah.
Nemhard gets the ball a few minutes later. I swear that combo. He said, "Nah, get out, everyone, get out the way.
ISO,
Give me
ISO,
Shay.
ISO.
Give me the MVP.
He
Y'all
called
first team all
ISO.
defense guy. Give me the MVP." He said, "Tween, tween, tween,
Man,
tween, tween, step back, tween, step back, dot." I kid you not. I got on my seat. I said, "Nah, bro. Nah, son. What we're watching here, this is not normal. This is
it's
not normal.
unreal, bro.
This is not like
It's
this is like Nemhard is like if Derek White just had a bag. If Derek White had a bag, boy, he might be like street Hall of Fame instantly, instantaneously. If Nemhard was from,
Instantaneous.
if Nemhard was from Hollywood, Florida, and I
Oh
mean not
yeah.
Nemhard. If Derek White was from Hollywood, Florida, had hair, had a bag, that's Andrew Nemhard right now. Because what we're watching with that young man is not making sense. That kid's making like 18 million. He said, I don't care.
man.
Halliburton, you go to the corner with you and your new shoes over there. You got 14 points. No, he had like 12.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had
Uh-huh.
12 at
Yeah,
that point,
before the
like 10,
trade. Yeah,
12.
before the
He said,
trade.
you go
Yeah.
over there. Pascal Siakam, you NBA champ, you go over there. Miles Turner, you go over there. I want the MVP to myself. I'm going to tween, 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 step back, hezzy, pull up in his face, and go for him. And I do
Man.
not care. I got no, like, what we're watching with this Pacers team, bro. I said win or lose. They can get gentlemen swept. They can lose 4 games straight in a row. This is an all-time team. This is an all-time team.
Ah.
The-
All-time team. All-time team.
I'll say all time moments.
All-time team.
The
All-time team. How many? Okay, no, because it sounds crazy, but let's really deep it. Let's really deep it. The only all-time team last year was the Celtics because they won. The year before that, Nuggets before they won. Like most of the time, the all-time teams are the teams that win the championship. We don't have a
Correct.
team that's on this great of a run, win or lose, and we look and say, "Hey, bro, they got a top 5 point guard, top 10 player, Pascal Siakam, all star, about as good as a second option as you can get. You
Yeah.
got Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle, I'm telling you, bro, sneaky. It's not Canton. Where the NBA Hall of Fame at? I'm gonna say Canton too. Sneaky Canton Hall of Famer right there. Gold jacket, first ballot. We talking about from player to coach. He had Dirk, won him a chip. He had Luca until Luca ran him out the building, and then he picked up Halliburton, took up scraps for Sabonis, and said, "Look, watch me turn this young man to an all-star. You look like Steve Nash, Jason Kidd 3.0. We don't even know what we're watching right
I don't
now.
even know what I'm watching. I don't know what that
We
boy is,
don't
man.
like it's like when they said overrated, it
Man,
was always nonsense. It was always nonsense. But
I don't
you
know.
start
I
to
don't
really
know.
look and go, hey, bro, like I'm telling you, win or lose, we're gonna have some conversations this offseason, like, hey, so Ant or Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not asking, but we're gonna have to start asking these conversations because I'm looking and saying
Uncomfortable conversations.
no matter how bad Hallie play, he not scared of the
Oh.
moment. Give me the ball. I'm gonna make the right read every single time. If I die, I die on my
to
sword. It is what it is. Like Ant,
to
I
be
love Ant.
honest,
I think in 2 to 3 years, Ant's gonna be a terror for the rest of the league more than he is right now. And still, this decision making still not there. He's still Captain Superman. You want to be Mr. Bravado. That man looked Obama in the face and called him little bro. Like he's not a sane human being, bro. He's not like he needs to get some more maturity under him, learn how to pass the ball, because they can just trap him and say, hey, we're going to double team you. Go make the right pass to Rudy Gobert. You're not going to want to. You're not there.
They're
Tyrese
yeah.
not
Halliburton
consistent
said,
enough. Yeah, facts.
I don't care, consistent or not. I'm going to get this bucket. I'm going to make this assist. I'm going to keep the off. I'm going to drive, kick, do everything I need to do.
Yeah, he gonna
Where,
keep the offense running.
like, okay, because I'm saying all time team, you might disagree. This kind of like 2017 Rockets. They don't win it all, but like
In that
we got a
sense,
we got a first chip Hall of Famer. We looking
I
at,
can see. I see
magic
what
going
you.
on, great team, good
Okay.
coach. We just
If
not
you
gonna win
put
it
it
all.
like that, that actually makes a lot more sense with that original take. Okay, I can see what you're saying
I get
slightly.
what
I
you're
see what
saying. Like
I
teams
see
that
what you're
like
saying.
went pretty far, even though they didn't get the chip, it's like a memorable,
But
Brother, they're
my
running nine
squad.
deep in the finals.
and
You're not supposed to do that.
I was gonna say my question to you is now, since Hallie has done what he's done, we know what he is as a hooper. He's a superstar. My question to you is now, if you're going into game 2 for OKC, what do you do differently? Because obviously they gotta be heavy on the glass. But if last night showed me anything, they don't have an answer to out rebound guys like Siakam, Miles Turner, and most of their bench. I'll be honest, they just don't. And then on top of that, SGA, at least in game 1, showed me that he's gonna get his buckets. But everybody else, it's gonna come in spurts. It's gonna come in spurts. It's not gonna be the entire full. So if you are if you are Indiana and this is game 2 coming back to OKC, what are you doing different to stop y'all from losing game 2? Because I feel like if Indiana loses game 2, this is a whole new series. It might as well be 0-0 again, honestly.
Really,
Seriously, it might
I
as well
think
be zero
Indiana
zero.
still has the edge, even if they lose game 2, because they won in OKC.
That's what I'm
Cause
thinking.
like think about it, you go back to Indiana, and you stole a game from OKC. You just have to win at home, and you got the series in your lap.
I don't think they just gonna get easy wins at home, bro, against OKC, bro.
I'm
Not
not
at all.
saying that. I'm not
I don't
saying
think
that,
that's
but
just a
from the
guarantee.
perspective, of like the home team has the advantage. You went into the opposing arena where you had the disadvantage and was able to still steal a game, the first game at that. So you have
You,
the momentum to
boss,
begin with.
you can't even say it's a disadvantage with how Hallie been playing this playoffs, man. This was viable to happen with home or away. Like just with how if it was any other player, I probably would say different. But with Hallie, he's played to such a level, especially in the clutch, to where it's like them stealing game 1, everybody should have been kind of like ready for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like even if they steal game 1, if the Thunder get back a game at home, I think it's dead ass even now. Because if it
I
goes to
mean,
7,
literally, it's 1-1, but like from the momentum standpoint,
from the
from a
momentum standpoint,
momentum,
I think it's even, bro. From the momentum standpoint, I think it's even because Hallie does what a crazy shot he's done all playoffs. Cool, we got to eat that. That's how we got to lose the game. Cool, whatever. But if we come back and have a dominating game too, I'm talking about we not giving up none of that. Like we're not letting y'all out rebound us 55 rebounds to 30. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? We're just not doing that. We're not gonna let y'all turn the ball over 18 times, and we're not gonna get any buckets off of that. We're not gonna do that. You feel me? How many buckets did they get off of those 18 turnovers? Like, can we find that out? Like, how many buckets did they actually get off
it
of those
wasn't that
turnovers?
many. It wasn't that many. They
Exactly.
I
didn't
think
get
it was
that
like
many
Exactly.
7 or
turnovers.
So
something.
they did everything they were supposed to do last night, but at the same time, it wasn't enough. But I think that's more or less of an execution kind of thing. I don't think it's because they weren't good enough. I don't think it's because like I think a part of it is Hallie just is ridiculous. But like outside of that, Thunder probably win yesterday if Hallie don't hit that shot. So it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like if the Thunder come to a game to have a dominating performance, it's 1-1. It's a brand new series, at least in my eyes.
But I also think like the Pacers didn't play that well in game one either, like
You
from an
thought that was
offensive
more
standpoint.
nerves. I thought the first quarter because that's really where I watched most of the game. I got a lot of the game off the highlights for the second half, but for the first quarter, I thought a lot of nerves were kicking in for these boys. I ain't gonna lie. First and
I would
second
say
quarter, it
mostly
looked
for
like it
like
was
the
nerves.
first
Yeah.
half.
It looked like it was nerves the whole first half for both teams. So I can't even. And both teams, this is their first time being in the finals. So you feel me? So it's
Yeah.
like I could feel. You could kind of feel that too watching. So at least for me, I that's why I was asking y'all that question. How do you approach this now if you're like Indiana? I'm gonna ask you, Hez, how do you approach it if you're Indiana going into a game two, and then Eddie, I'm gonna ask you, how do you approach it if you're OKC now going into this game two? Because I think game two is probably the most important right now. Obviously because it's the next game, but also in the terms of like if we have the same mistakes we had in game one, in game two, there's no way I think the Thunder win the series. There's no way. There's no way. You cannot force 18 turnovers and not get any buckets off of that. That's not winning basketball. Your star point guard cannot put up 38 and 5 and you think that's going to win you a playoff game. It's not happening. It's not. We saw that
Wait,
Hallie did
what you mean by
14
him putting
and
up 38
10.
and 5?
What he put up 38 and 5
No,
in the
you saying
playoffs.
38? You
38
saying
points,
that's
5
like
assists.
is not enough to win a playoff game?
I'm not saying well, it's not enough to ruin a series. Let me rephrase that. It's not enough to ruin a series. It's not enough to ruin a series. It's really not. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. Just from looking at the optics,
It
I
depends on the
wouldn't say
supporting
so. Because
cast.
playoff basketball, if I've seen anything,
I mean,
if
like,
it,
I get it from a supporting cast standpoint. I
if
get
I've
it,
seen
but
anything from
Okay.
playoff basketball, bro, you can put up 55. It don't matter, bro. If your teammates
Mitch,
aren't, if you, and we saw that with, bro, we see what Hallie game, bro. Hallie had a terrible game last night, bro. Like, let's just be 100. That's not you don't. It's not you. That's not conducive for winning basketball 14 and 10. But when you're a floor general of that caliber, bro, 14. That 14 feel like 60. It really do. And then when you double back when you're facilitating at his level, it's okay. It's literally okay. While as Donovan Mitchell, SGA, who else this playoffs went crazy and is in Cancun right now. There's a rack of guy that was going to ham this playoffs is in Cancun right now. In Cancun right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think playoff
I get where you're
basketball
coming from.
is way more team oriented. Way more team oriented than just regular season basketball. I changed my mentality when I think basketball in the playoffs compared to the regular season. Because in the playoff, it's really more or less of how good are we as a unit. Can I trust you to be there where you're supposed to be? Even if you're not supposed to be there, can I trust you to be there? It's kind of like that. And I just think if SGA and if SGA and if them boys behind them don't make corrections and don't win game two, they don't win this series. I don't care if SGA puts up 60. They don't win this series. They don't. They really don't. I just can't see it happening. SGA is gonna have to be more than just a volume scorer, or just I don't want to call SGA a foul baiter, but he's gonna have to be more than that. He's gonna have to be more than someone that can just trigger fouls and get easy twos and pull up on threes. And I need to see SGA facilitate way more. Need to see him be way more facilitation hungry. Lou Dort had a great game one. We need to see him a lot more in the rotation, getting him a lot more looks, you know? And that's why I'm asking y'all that question. What do y'all do in terms of approaching the game plan? Because game two is crucial. For the rest of the series, game two is crucial. Because if Indiana steals the second one, bro,
I
we
would say
might
like from
be.
OKC standpoint, I saw like SGA's interview and he was saying he made a good point about like it's a 48-minute game. So I feel like the Pacers are that team that's gonna show you that it's a 48-minute game, and that's what he said. So I would say like the first thing is realize that you can't take your foot off the gas throughout the entire game. You can't take your foot off the gas. You don't have any room for like Jalen Williams in the first half, like before like the fourth quarter, third or fourth quarter, he wasn't playing that well. Chet didn't play that well. I think he didn't play that many minutes. Neither him or Hardenstein played a lot in that game. But we need like I would say the Thunder need to keep the pedal on the metal from the very jump, and they're pretty good at starting out really
Fire.
well.
Yeah.
But I also think there were times like in the second quarter where they could have like took off, but they let Indiana stay in the game. So I would say keep the pedal to the metal. Also, I like what you said about getting everybody else involved. Make sure Lou Dort take his shots. Jalen Williams get involved, and it's not just SGA running the offense. I would say like fourth quarter, I would say those moments are where you would need SGA more.
SGA facts.
But I
Facts.
feel like within the first three quarters, when the game, get everybody
We
else
can
involved.
afford to not have him be, yeah, facts.
Yeah. Get everybody else involved. Get your buckets here and there whenever the team is probably like shooting bad or something like that. But in the fourth quarter is when you would really need SGA to step up. And yeah, I would say also the defense take advantage of those turnovers. You can't be causing 19 turnovers and not getting like only like 6 or 7 points. So I feel like those are the key takeaways for game two if I'm OKC.
Bro, if I'm Rick Carlisle, I'm gonna say let's just do it again. It's really that simple, bro. Because I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the stats right now, brother. You would think like Halliburton, floor general, maybe he had like a bad game, 9 turnovers. He had 3. Miles Turner had
Three.
6 turnovers. Aaron Neesmith had 5. So I'm just looking at saying, okay, this y'all first finals game. Y'all got the jitters. We got the jitters out now. We on the road. You went on the road. Jitters is out. Let's go back. Punch him in the mouth. We feeling good. We got it out the way. Like we all good. There's no more real stress. That was game one. That's about as stressful you can get minus like elimination game. Game one done. Cool. Let's go back. Boom. Two, bro. Just want it more. I'm not putting no schemes, no X's and O's, no nothing. Me personally, no X's and O's. Rick Carlisle's a smart coach. He already put all the schemes that he needs, bro. Just who wants it more? Simple as that. I'm looking. Pacers out rebounded OKC by like 10, 15. They just wanted more. They got Thomas Bryant out there getting playoff minutes, bro. Thomas Bryant's been on like 4 teams over the past 4 years, like
Lakers,
Wizards,
Thomas Bryant?
Lakers,
I think he was
Yeah.
Wizards,
on the
Lakers,
Nuggets when they
Heat,
won,
Yeah.
right?
Nuggets, Pacers now. He's been moving around. You tell me we got Thomas Bryant getting quality minutes in the finals, out rebounding Chet
Shout out
Holmgren
to
and
him.
Isaiah. Hey, shout out to him. Wizards finest. But like, what is this? They got Thomas Bryant posting up, not posting up, spot up shooting threes. Thomas Bryant never shoot no threes in his career like this. Like
I
this.
saw that against the Knicks. I said, what is going
He
on?
What
he
in the
shot the three. He
world?
started doing celebrations. I said,
What
hey,
is Helly?
what the hell, man? So like, you gotta like, it's really, hey, we gotta want it more. Let's get it. Like everything we did last game, let's keep doing. On the Pacers, hey bro, where's Lou Dort? Lou Dort, shoot 10 more threes again. I dare you. I
Hmm.
dare you. If we're gonna lose, all right, because
We
Lou
need Lou
Dort
Dort to
has,
blow pistol. Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Hey, Lou Dort put up 25. We shake our hands, we go home. Simple as that. I'm not letting Shea get 38 and 5 again. You're gonna have to stay at 32. Which, sounds a little
Which
bit
is
crazy, but that's just enough. Because they lost by
uh,
1 point. Get to 32. We win by 4.
four.
Stay at
Yeah.
32. And then even though we got to look and say, Pascal, he had an okay game. He could do more. What's his name? Hallie ain't really hoop like that. Nemhard had to come. Like everyone, the only person who really like hooped out of their mind was Nemhard. Everyone else was kind of just up to par. So it's like, all right, we got
Yeah.
all the jitters out the way. We still hustled and we won. Hey, Hallie, you played 20% better. Pascal, you played 20, especially Pascal. Pascal been here before. Like,
Mm.
that's the thing. I wish we did like, I wish I was there for the pre-series, like whatever. Because one advantage, I think, bro, one, J-Dub a little hurt. I think he got like a foot or something that's a little broken or whatever. Pascal got height. Pascal got weight. Pascal got grit. Pascal got championship experience. He got reps going at Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, Mark Gasol, DeMar DeRozan. For years and years, especially playing under a maniac like Nick Nurse. Years and
Yeah.
years and years. He need to wake up, look himself in the mirror, look at Jalen Williams and say, this is food. This is hibachi. I got every
Sashimi,
this
fried rice. Yeah.
this kid ain't never
Yeah.
played here before. He's like 22, 23. I'm like 10 years his elder or something like that. And I've been here before. This should be light work. Especially if they're gonna be focused in on Holly, and they can't focus in on just one person because Pacers they don't play. That's the one thing I like about Pacers ball. When you look at most teams, especially down crunch time, give the ball to the best player, let them rock out, and best players do what they do because they're stars for a reason. Pacers don't care about none of that.
Nah,
Hey,
it's whoever.
That's
Miles
whoever
Turner,
offense
you come
facts. Yeah.
shoot a three from half court for no reason at all, and watch it go in.
Yeah. Whoever
Pascal,
offense.
you do a dribble handoff with Thomas Bryant for whatever reason and watch it work somehow. So you can't key in on any one player like you want. You got to play the gaps. And like, let's get in the passing lanes. And OKC do that, but especially because OKC they force you to shoot corner threes. Pacers shoot nothing but corner threes. So if I'm Obi Toppin, let me run to the corner, post up,
Obi
force
had a
them
good
to
game yesterday too.
exact like Obi. Hey, you played great. Just do it again. Simple as that. We don't need you to put up. What do you think you put? 15 or 19? We don't
I
need
think
you
he
to
had
put
17.
17. We don't need you to put up 17, but it'd be great. You could put up 12, 13. Great defense. We love you. And it's not even just about point total. We need key impact points. We need them points that when you score, it's like, whoa, we can't stop this team.
Feel like
So
a
it's really just
gunshot.
all hustle.
Yeah. Feel like a Drake done
Like,
dropped on you. Yeah.
like Hallie had 14. That boy had the most impactful 14 I've
14.
probably
Yeah.
ever seen in my life. Even Nemhard, I'm
Nah,
raving
for
about
real.
Nemhard. Nemhard had 14 too. You would have thought Nemhard had 25 the way I was talking. But he looked in the fourth quarter and said, it's time for me to get to work. You don't need the most points, you need the most impactful points. So it's really just, hey,
To be
defense,
honest.
defense, hustle, who wanted more? Simple as that, play ball.
Okay, Jeff. Now let me ask you. In game two, who do you have winning?
I got OKC. I'm like,
For sure,
Hmm.
bro,
for sure.
if you look at this last game, they literally had the lead the whole game, though. What if Holiday wasn't clutch? We'd be having a totally different conversation if they didn't have that
What
little
if
crazy fourth quarter. Like, I mean,
man, what if
this was OKC's game to win. It was a fluke on their part. That's all I can say. They were right
but
there.
like what I could say to that is that literally happened every round.
Every
Every team
yeah,
that plays played against that
I
happened
know
every round.
they do this all the time, and I'm just like, but what if they don't? What if the
but
luck
you know
run
what's
out?
crazy? They're
What
like
if, what,
fifty,
what the deal gets
literally,
signed off? They done
they're
paid their
fifty
dues.
fifty in the clutch. That's in one. That's crazy. The fact that they're 50-50 in the clutch. But that's kind of guy how you gotta treat them. Like screw it. If y'all can't keep making these buckets, like for real, bro. So if we gotta live with, I see what he's saying. If you gotta live with that kind of bluff, yeah, I can see it. But man, OKC is gonna have to play like one, they're gonna have to play better. The best defense they played all year is gonna have to be in game two. I think so. I think so. I think you have to play crazy defense in game two. You have to set the tone and let them boys know y'all not gonna get those kind of shots off for the rest of the series. That's the kind of defense you got to play if you're OKC. But so you have OKC winning game two. Ed, I'm assuming you have OKC winning game two.
Yeah, I got
And the
OKC
heads, you got
bouncing back.
OKC winning game two.
OKC, but like, man,
All right, so I
Yeah.
think
I
everybody's
feel
on the
like
same.
OKC gonna
I think
yeah, I
everybody on the
do feel
same
like
page. I got
OKC gonna
OKC too. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. This game two is gonna reset the whole. Especially if OKC come out and dominate these boys. It's gonna be a whole new series. I think that game three in Indiana it don't even look the same. You thinking like they gonna come through like no. I think it's tense. I think game three is like, bruh. I think you can feel like the energy in the stadium. That's how crazy Game 3 is gonna be if the Thunder come through and handle business in Game 2, because Game 3 is gonna be just a new series and we're just in a whole different environment. But the Thunder showed me they can ball regardless of where they play. Like, I think how they handled themselves in Minnesota was incredible. I didn't expect them to really play well on the road. They played great on the road. And then Hallie and them boys showed me they don't care where they playing. They playing to the whistle. They playing through that buzzer. So it should be. I know the media won't push it, but this is A-list, especially if you're a casual. This is A-list, a great finals to jump into basketball. I think this is a great
Definitely.
finals to jump into basketball, especially if you don't know nothing about hoops. Like, truly, this is one of the best ones to do it because you're getting two guys who are aura magnets, I feel like. SGA is aura man. We got Hallie band over here. We got two aura magnets. And it's like, from a fan perspective, these is also their games aren't like LeBron or like a KD or like a Wemby. They're very mimicable. Like, you can go outside and do the tween, step back, tween, and pull up like SG or pull up and dribble, drive, and pass like Hadley. You can do that. Like, you really can do that. It's stuff that you can watch as like a viewer and be like their game is a lot of the twinkles, of basketball. Where I think the hardest part is gonna be for this game 2 with the Thunder is that game 1 gonna be in the back of their mind, because every time Hallie got the ball in clutch, everybody gonna be looking at him like. But the problem with that is that's going to leave openings for some of the other pistol blowers too. So game 2, I'm telling y'all, is not going to be as cut and dry as we think. I think if the Pacers get off of game 2, the series might be over, bro. I can't see OKC coming back. I just can't. It's going to be too much. It's going to be too much. But if OKC can get a decisive win in game 2, we have a whole new series in game 3. They could be playing in Mars. That's going to be the most intense game 3 of the last 3 years. I can guarantee you, bro.
Hey, quick
Yeah,
question
for sure.
though.
Because
Now I was gonna ask, not who do y'all think is gonna win the series? Who do y'all want to win the series?
I have no picks in this. I have no picks in this. I ain't had no picks in this. I had no picks in this. I'm rooting for both
Yeah,
guys. I
neither
like
of these my
SGA.
teams.
I like Hadley. I'm rooting for both guys. Whoever won it
yeah,
most.
I
want to
like
see Rick.
both guys.
Yeah, I want
But
to see
for
Rick.
legacy wise, I want SGA to win. That Finals
Okay.
MVP. We gonna have to talk
Yeah,
about
that'd
this
be
season for
iconic.
years to come.
Yeah. If he did that, he's already
That
low-key
would
the
be a
greatest
lot.
Thunder.
That
So
would be a lot for legacy.
yeah, he would pass like Sean Kemp and them boys. He'd be bigger than Ray Allen. He'd be the great. Yeah, dog. He'd be.
Is he gonna be the best Thunder? Is he gonna be the best Thunder?
He'd be
He
the
gotta be.
greatest Thunder,
Yeah.
He
supersonic.
gotta be.
Bruh, it don't matter. If he win a chip this year, bro, and even this run alone, he's already top 2. Like, the only
Yeah.
person he's behind is like Russ. Like, honest to God. And honestly, there's some OKC fans, I bet you put him over Russ. So, in all
Because
reality,
what does
If he
Russ have that
wins, bring it
SGA
home.
don't though? At this
Yeah, I
point,
would say SJ would bring it home. But yeah, shout out, thank you guys for another episode. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Vic, Jeff, Hez. Thank you for joining, man. Catch you guys next time. 5QS, we out.
Salute.
yeah.